Welcome to Rubber Duck Off-Road Garage. My name is Grant, and today I was going to continue working on my bed rack I'm building for my 2021 Jeep Gladiator EcoDiesel, but my welding hood battery went dead and I don't have any. So I ordered some, so that'll have to wait until next time. No big deal, still got time. So instead I'm going to be installing these Westin pillar LED light mounts that I bought. This is the part number here. I ordered them on Amazon. I'll put the part number in the description. Here's what they look like. I've already gone and put the passenger side on, so you can see there, protects the pillar right there, which is what I was looking for. I do kind of wish it went a little bit higher, but I think the reason they keep them down is they're hoping that it'll keep some of the wind noise down. But they bolt here, and they also bolt to where your windshield hinge bolt is at. So I'll show you how to put the other one on the driver's side on. Then I'll install the light bar I bought. The light bar I bought is a 52-inch single row. It's a, I think it's a Rigidhorse. I'll get the part number and description of that for you as well, and I'll put that in the description. There's so many different brands out there, and some of them have close to similar names. I can never remember what's what. It wasn't the most expensive one you could get, but it wasn't the cheapest one that they had either. So I'll try it out and see how well it works. I'm not the biggest fan of light bars, but I really wanted the protection for the pillar here. And the only other thing I found that went all the way around. I didn't really like the way it looked, so I'll give this a shot. You can always use good light when you're out in the woods, so why not? So the first step here is you got to take all these stickers that came along with it. They're basically like a gasket. They're kind of like rubberish, and you stick them on in the various places where they go to basically help keep your paint from getting scraped up too bad with these things on there, because they'll be not super tight against the body, but with vibration it's going to move a little bit. Okay, where was I before the battery in my camera went dead? So I was talking about the vibration that you'll get in these when you're driving around or you're out in the woods. That's what those little stickers are for, basically to help keep them, so if they do rub on the paint, it's not metal on metal. So I will put these ones on, show you where they are when I'm done, and then I'll get set up to get the other side mounted onto the Jeep, and I'll let you see how it looks. Thanks. Alright folks, so I got the rubber backing stuck on there. It's pretty simple to put on. You just gotta, so on these two it's really easy because they have a hole to kind of help line you up. This one here, you just got to do your best to get it flush with this edge here. And if it hangs over a little bit, you can always trim it up later. So that's all set there. I'll set that down. So the first step will be to remove these two screws and the bolt for your windshield hinge. So if you have the kit that came with your Jeep Gladiator or JL, it'll be the ratchet and then these two Torx. This one, the long one, will be these ones, and the short one will be for your windshield bolt. You might have to wiggle it in there a little bit because it is painted, so just try to be careful and just push it in and wiggle it a little bit to get it in, and then it'll get the bolt out. That's what I had to do on the other side. So I'll get these taken out, and then I'll show you the next step after that. Alright, so both screws are out. The windshield hinge screw is out. So now you have these two spacers. You have one that is angled, and then the other one is flat. The flat one goes at the back, the angled one goes at the front, and you want the smaller end of the angle at the top. So it'll sit in like that. The way I did it is I just took the pillar bracket and I held it. I put one of the screws through, and then I just kind of lined those shims up with the holes and threaded the bolt in a little bit and then got them secure. So I'll try to show you the best I can with the camera here. So take your mount, take one of your screws here, put it through the hole in the back. I'm going to do the back one first because the back one doesn't have a bevel on it, and I'll just slip that onto the screw as well, and then I'll line it up with the hole and get it threaded in just a little bit to hold it. The kit comes with the Allen wrenches that you will need for these screws because they're not Torx like the stock ones. So get a little bit of thread in there, let it sit. Now I'll take my beveled one and I'll do the same thing. I'll put the screw through it, making sure that the thinner side is up. So what I'll do is I'll get the thin side up, get the screw in the hole, and then push the mount in to hold it so it doesn't turn as I tighten the bolt down. Then I'll take the Allen wrench that came with it and I'll get it tight enough for now so I can still manipulate it a little bit. There. So now I can still move it around to make sure that I'm where I want it. Might have to loosen it a little bit more like that so I can scoot it forward if I want. Trying to keep about the same amount of gap on this side as I did on the other side. So now I'm going to do the anchor bolt for the windshield frame, or the windshield hinge. So that is this funky looking bolt here that has threads on the outside and threads on the inside, because the stock bolt is flat around the outside and just has threads on the inside, so you won't be reusing that one. There's just going to be this funky washer with it. You got to put that on this side, and then you're going to take another flat washer and put it on the back side as a spacer. So let's go ahead and do that. This is where it's tricky. I got big fingers, so a little difficult getting in there sometimes, but I got it. Now I got it tight. Now it's time to line everything up the way I want it. So like I said, I'm trying to keep that same a bit of edge on this side as on that side, so I'm gonna have it right there. I'm going to tighten these all down and then we'll move on to mounting the light. Okay, so this back one here is a little bit of a pain in the butt. You have to use this little small Allen wrench that they sent along with it, but you can do it. It's not that bad. So they're both on now. So now I'm going to work on mounting the light bar. I might have to take this one off again, because I think what I'll do is I'll get all the wiring ran for the light bar before I hook it all up, because I think I'm going to try to run the wire behind the little cowl here, which means I'll have to take these bolts off and these ones off again, so I'll have to take this whole side off. But I'm going to mount the light bar and at least get a look to see what it looks like and see how the wiring will be, because it's got a long pigtail on it, which should do what I want it to do. But I'll get that mounted on there and then we'll take a look. Alright, so I got the light bar on there. So that's what it'll look like with the light bar. It's not too bad. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take the wire here for the light bar and I'm going to run it down behind this and then go inside the cowl here, and that's where I'll run the rest of the wiring, including the switch inside, so I can turn it on and off inside. So I think I'll do that now, and then I'll show you how I did all of it when I'm done. And that should wrap it up for installing the pillar mounts and the light bar. Sweet. Well, folks, I'm not going to get the wiring harness all done today. The wiring harness I have here, I don't really like, so I'm going to do some research and see if I can find something that I like better, or maybe buy like a pod set up with a bunch of switches on it for different accessories, or maybe do the aftermarket accessory kit for the Gladiator. I mean, you can buy the Mopar one and put it in if you have certain things already in there, so I could do that. I don't know, I just don't like that wiring harness, but I did tuck the wire for the light bar behind the mount here, and then it goes down. I took this off and I ran it down right in there, and it looks pretty good. So that is probably how I'll do that anyway. But as for the rest of the wiring to power it up and all that, I'll do that a different day once I find a harness that I like, because I'm also going to end up having to put lights here as well, which lights like that I don't mind. They work really good if you're driving over the mountains late at night, or down dark dirt roads at night too. You can point them outwards towards the woods. It'll help you see deer a little bit better. So I don't mind lights like that. I'm not going to go crazy. That'll probably be it for lights, because I don't like a whole lot of them. Like the people that have a light bar on the bumper up there and 6 more, you know, that's just a little out of control. But hey, it's your Jeep. You do what you want. That's how I feel about it, and that's all that matters. As long as you like what you do, that's the way to do it. That's the whole point of owning a Jeep. So if you like watching me do the things that I'm doing on my Jeeps, please subscribe to the channel, give us a like, make a comment. I'll be sure to get the part numbers for all the stuff in the description for the light bar. I'll find out the name of it. I can't remember. I think it's Rigidhorse, but whatever. And I'll get the part number for the pillar mounts. And then if I order some lights for that, in another video, I'll get the part number and all that for that. So for this video, thanks for watching, and have a good day.